What question do you want to see answered by science in Flanders? We asked Flemish people of all ages during the campaign Vraag voor, Wetenschap, which ran from April 17th until June 6th. The campaign was commissioned by the Flemish Minister for Innovation Philippe Muiters and was widely supported by all actors in the scientific field in Flanders. In total, we received 10,559 questions. These included, for example, how do we get rid of the plastic soup in our oceans? Or will religions eventually disappear? We also received a lot of personal questions, such as, how do I make sure that my 2.5-year-old daughter doesn't forget me when I die of cancer? The 10,000 questions received far surpassed our initial expectations and made us very happy. The more questions, the more inspiration. The goal of the campaign was to bring science closer to the people and society. The questions lay the foundations for a Flemish Science Agenda. This agenda will continue to inspire research in Flanders for the coming years and enable it to bridge the gap towards the real-life questions among the public. People could send in their questions through the website Vraag voor Wetenschap.be, but we also went out to festivals and events. On top of this, we collected questions at elementary and secondary schools, at universities, and through numerous partners like Technopolis, the Botanical Garden of Meissen, the Flemish government, as well as organizations for people in poverty. The question that got the most likes? Karin sent us, can anyone invent a method or a device that allows you to measure the cortisol levels in your blood? We asked some famous Flemish people to record their own questions. This way we received video questions by people like weather presenter Gilles Peters, science communicator Lieven Scheire, astronaut Frank de Winne, but also heavy metal star Freddie Mercury. Even the rectors of Flemish universities and many politicians and ministers asked us their questions on camera. Media outlets enthusiastically reported on our questions for science. We featured on TV, radio and in the newspapers. Thanks to our partnership with Het Nieuwsblad, a daily article appeared during the campaign in which a researcher answered a question for science. The piece about how to tell which line at the cash register is the quickest was shared no less than 688 times on social media. And during the summer, the Jommekeskrant, an insert in Het Nieuwsblad, answered a child's question every week. We also hit the road ourselves. Every week during the campaign, we visited a hidden treasure of science, a fascinating place where science is practiced. We launched our campaign at the robotics lab Brubotics. We visited the Fashion and Textiles Innovation Lab together with FEMA. We went to the Maurits Sabbe Library along with an organization for local history, sailed on the North Sea with some pupils from an elementary school, got to know Ecotron together with some volunteers for Natuurpunt, and we paid a visit to a brain collection with some highly intelligent children. These excursions not only provided us with a load of interesting questions, they also got us a lot of media coverage. Now, what do those 10,559 questions really tell us? That was the starting point for the next step. Several panels made up of around 100 experts in total got to work on them. They faced the challenge of analyzing all the questions and deriving some global themes. Eventually, they chose 82 themes, ranging from climate change to migration and mobility. Each of those 10,559 questions was assigned to at least one theme. Subsequently, our panels grouped these themes into 5 larger categories: well-being and health, livable society, livable earth, foundations and borders, and purpose and role of science. This segmentation can also be found in the final publication. In October, we organized events in the 5 Flemish provinces called the Nights of Science, to elaborate and expand on a number of themes, together with civilians, representatives of organizations, and researchers. We discussed the challenges for society, how we could reach solutions, and which types of collaboration might prove useful. And once again, we gained many new insights. All of this input was incorporated into the Flemish Science Agenda, intended to inspire researchers in Flanders and inform them about which questions resonate with the Flemish public. Each of the themes is treated extensively, documenting its challenges for science and society. Maybe, however, you just like to explore the multitude of questions, or possibly you're looking for one specific theme of interest, like music, for example. The website Vraag voor Wetenschap.be is the place to go. You can search both by keywords and theme. Our ambitions for the Flemish Science Agenda to encourage researchers to communicate and interact with the public as well as with one another. And should it appear that today's science doesn't hold the answers for tomorrow's questions, may it give rise to collaborations all around. Let the Flemish Science Agenda, above all, invite the whole of society and the scientific community to build a sustainable, safe and healthy future. It's not an endpoint, but the start of an intense further collaboration.